Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining today's webinar. This session was originally jointly presented by Experian and Vodafone at TFMA in February, and the material is based on a recently delivered project, an associated case study. We'd love to share the great results that Vodafone observed when the project went live. My name is Hugh Treasure. I'm an account director at Experian Marketing Services, and I'm joined today by Lucinda Hill, who's a digital marketeer at Experian Marketing Services. If you have any questions at the end of the session, please do feel free to email us. We'll give you the details to do that. But for the moment, we'll launch into the next slide. So today's webinar aims to be a session of discovery. So we're going to use some cross-sector examples and illustrate how cross-channel integration is driving customer-centric marketing strategies to maximize response rates and increase ROI. In this session, we'll share how we work together to integrate email, web and mobile to improve abandoned basket conversion rates for Vodafone UK. So we'll email you afterwards with the case study, which is shown above, to read at your leisure.
So what was Vodafone's challenge? How do they integrate web, email and mobile, allowing for better understanding in acquiring and retaining their customers and being truly customer-centric? How do they have a smooth transaction and customer journey? Well, if a customer abandons an item in Vodafone's online shopping basket, they would send them an email with a link. By clicking this, they return to the basket as they left it, with content recreated from information contained in cookies left on their computer when they shopped. Unfortunately, if customers browse on their laptop but open the reminder email on their smartphone, there's no cookie to create the basket and valuable opportunities are lost.
So here at Experian Marketing Services, we have a slant on Newton's third law of motion. That's for every action, there is a relevant and profitable email. Now, in order to achieve this, you must first understand your customer, their market and their needs. If you can do this, there's always an opportunity to reach them through the correct channel at the correct time with the right message. So it's fundamentally about understanding where your customer is in their journey to purchase and making sure your message resonates with their needs. As Lucinda's just explained, when the vast majority of emails were accessed from a desktop, Vodafone could produce function-rich messages that encourage click-through and conversion. But when accessed via mobile devices with different operating systems and screen sizes, the desktop email features often didn't work, they didn't display properly or render, and the customer journey wasn't optimized. So we took a step back and looked at the wider landscape. Now, in order to solve the problem for Vodafone, we needed to have an understanding of the market and apply our expertise. The mobile market is changing. The increase of emails opened on mobile devices has been steadily growing, so we can see that from the figures here sourced from notice.com. The urgency of having emails configured for mobile devices should really be at the forefront of our minds. How they interact with other digital channels is paramount. And many of our clients now found in 2013 that the majority of emails are being opened on mobile devices. And an example of that is actually iPad email opens alone have quadrupled in the last year. So when we say mobile, what do we really truly mean? And what's the impact in the change in behavior and how that affects our customers? Well, for me, mobile is more of a physical state than any particular technological device alone. And when I say mobile mindset, what we mean by that is really taking into account the various influences and factors when communicating and trying to incite action from people via the mobile device. So for mobile computing, context is everything. So freed from the humdrum desk-bound PC, mobile interactions are deeply situated. So in order to design for successful mobile interactions, we have to understand the overlapping spheres of context in which they take place. So let's bring that into context with a personal point of view. So if you think about how you interact with your mobile device at different times of the day, what's your mobile mindset when you say commute to work, checking your emails, perhaps at the weekend when you want to know the latest news or football scores? If you consider all of the activities that are taking place around you and how these affect your pattern of consuming messages through your mobile device, then you can start to identify those different patterns of behaviour. And once we start to delve into how people behave at different times and through those devices, we can start to tailor the customer journey and channels to make sure that we have an engaging and profitable relationship with our customer. So if you consider that from the customer's point of view, they don't really care which channel you use to contact them, really, as long as they're opted in and have a seamless and consistent experience. So they really want to be able to access a website, look at a product in their mobile, or receive an email knowing that they have a seamless relationship and interaction with a brand. So in this case, it's Vodafone UK. And the immediacy of mobile couldn't be more evident, with email engagement by phone being significantly higher in the first 90 minutes after sending. So what we're noticing is that there are negligible differences after around 5 hours, but it's definitely still crucial to see how and where mobile opens are happening. Now, it's immediately after send. It's still important for us to gauge the right time to transmit that email. So if you're on the train commuting again in the morning and you're flitting, say, between work emails and personal emails, you might have less time to consider and to complete a lengthy purchase from the email. However, you might not have those same pressures on your commute back in the evening once the work's done. And if we consider the rise in those mobile handsets and the emails that are being opened on, we really do sort of begin to realize that they need to be optimized across all devices. So at the moment, let's call them the fruit-based devices. I'm not really permitted to say the manufacturer. They're accounting for the majority of email opens, but that landscape's really evolving, and there's some significant growth in the other operating system you'll see there. So devices such as the Galaxy S3 and also soon to be S4 that's being launched, they really need to be considered carefully when designing or coding the email. So across our overall client base, we've seen some really positive results using fluid mobile optimization, with an on average 11% increase in conversions. On top of that, many of our clients are now using rich streaming video and email, which provides even more engaging content across mobile devices and multiple email clients. And the above case studies that you're seeing there in the slides, they're available to download on our website now. So you need to understand your real estate and ensure all channels are simply optimized, but essentially customers don't really see the channel. They want to receive a message, the message that's right for them, and received through the right channel depending on where they are.
As Charlie from Vodafone UK said, it wasn't an easy task. It may sound simple, but the use of cookies to link web and email is fundamental. By throwing mobile into the mix, we were asking for an entirely new paradigm, but we knew if anyone could do it, it was Experian Marketing Services.
So to achieve Vodafone's objectives and deliver a new cookie-free and mobile-optimized world, we started from scratch. It called on the rebuilding of the abandoned basket email from the ground up, and that's both in terms of back-end construction and the front-end look and usability. We designed a new form of deep linking tracking that captures customers' behaviors across the websites. So that information is then sent to the Experian Cheat Email platform and integrated into the abandoned basket reminder email. In that, it delivers all of the data that Vodafone need to recreate that customer's basket exactly as they left it, including the phone, tariff, add-ons, accessories, without a cookie in sight at all. So customers can now access their basket wherever they are on whatever device they choose. Now, at the front end, we refreshed a rather dated abandoned basket email so that it looks really great and displays perfectly across all email clients. So for the first time, rather than having to choose between a feature light email that works for both desktop and mobile, or feature rich, which are focused for desktop and mobile separately, Vodafone can now deploy a single email that automatically recognizes and optimizes the device it's opened on with really relevant content. So that's possible because of Experian Marketing Services' unique insight across the entire mobile architecture. A combination of the innovative tracking techniques that we used and the coding designed specifically for Vodafone allowed the capture of customer behavior data in a granular detail. So using this, it was possible to identify the device on which email traffic was initiated to deliver that perfectly rendered message.
At the front end, Vodafone UK refreshed a dated abandoned basket email so that it looks great, displays perfectly across all email clients. For the first time, rather than having to choose between a feature-like email that works for both desktop and mobile or feature-rich emails focused for desktop and mobile separately, they were able to deploy a single email that automatically recognizes and optimizes for the devices opened on. This is possible because of Experian Marketing Services' unique insight across the entire mobile architecture. A combination of innovation, tracking techniques, and coding designed specifically for Vodafone UK allows a capture of customer behavior of data in granular detail. Using this, it's possible to identify the device on which email traffic was initiated to deliver a perfectly rendered message. And again, I'm just going to quote Charlie Crideford from the case study. It's an elegant solution that encourages far greater engagement for Vodafone UK, driving traffic to the website, converting prospective web visitors into customers, and delivering bottom line business process and customer benefit. So the results pretty much speak for themselves. And I'll just read through what you can see on the screen. Over 40% of Vodafone customers who receive responsive emails open them on their mobile device, demonstrating the importance of an integrated approach. From rollout, orders from formerly abandoned baskets have leapt by an astonishing 30%. Pioneering tracking technologies bring business process improvement, with the ability, for example, to see how long transactions take and to continually refine the process to make it easier and faster for their customers. Detailed metrics allow us to see which campaign components generate the most revenue, and so we can focus marketing resources where they will deliver maximum returns. So if you are considering implementing a simple approach or experience some of the challenges we've explored today, some advice would be, first, think of your customer. Understand your customer journey. What are you asking them to do? At what point do you want them to convert to a sale? Don't be afraid to reassess what you've done in the past and go back and start again. And by truly understanding the people behind the channels, you ensure you optimize your content so you can start being a lot smarter about how you target and interact with them.
So to wrap up, thanks very much for your time. Please do feel free to check out our websites and indeed sort of email us with any questions if you have them from today's session, or of course follow us on Twitter. Please indeed do all three if you feel like it. We hope this has been a useful and insightful session, and thanks very much indeed.